Hello all, what is up? My name is Zero Solstice and welcome to some more Battlefield 4 beta gameplay. And this time we are jumping on in with the AK-12 on the assault kit. And most of the footage that I have recorded at the moment is all from day one. Because that's what I feel was the most... I feel like day one was the point where everyone was a bit like, whoa. But I feel like it was the time where I was a bit more like subject to first impressions for obvious reasons. And with that said, I feel like it was one of the better times for gameplay. Just because I actually kind of lost track of the train of thought that I was just going on. Like, I don't actually remember where I was going with this. But either way, most of this gameplay is from day one, because that's just when I was recording. So, I narrowly survive with 5 HP. I roll over my health pack, and I hope to God that I don't get just absolutely destroyed. So, today, we will be talking about major kit differences that I have noticed between Battlefield 3, Bad Company 2, Battlefield 4, all of the good Battlefield stuff. So, in the last video, I covered overall game changes that I noticed, and now I'm going to get down to really nitty-gritty stuff that I noticed differences on, specifically in the kits. And while it's on screen, I am going to give my first example being gadgets themselves are very, very different. So, what Battlefield 4 does, which is really nice, to be quite honest, is they allow you to allot all of your gadgets the way you specifically want them. In all the Battlefields before this, I'll specifically use Battlefield 3 though. In Battlefield 3, the assault kit had the med pack, the grenade launcher, the M320, and the M26 mass, and it also had the defib. And what's key to note about that is all of the gadgets were basically centered around the medkit. Either you had the medkit, the mass, the noob tube, or nothing, and you had the defib. Those were the only options. You could only swap out all of that stuff, and you always had the defib. And like, that was restricting. That was really restricting in what you could really do with the kit in your class based on pure Gadgetron. I mean, at the end of the day, all you really need is like a med kit and the defib, and you're good to go doing pretty much what the class is meant to do as assault, in my opinion. You're really there for combat support, medicing, stuff like that, although you do offer great disruption, and the mass is extremely fun. This is still Battlefield 3, of course. But I really like how in this game, your gadgets are freely operated however you so desire. So you can not only have any combination that you want, but you can also assort all of your stuff however you want in the 2 gadget slots. So, like, let's say you don't like having your medkit as the number 3 and the defib number 4, or for Xbox, you don't like having medkit left and defib right on the D-pad, you can reverse them. Let's say you don't really want the defib because you're just going as hard as you can just run with medpack, get rid of the defib, and pull out the mass or the noob tube, whatever you so prefer. And that's a really nice bit of customization you've got. That was something that was limiting in Battlefield 3, and now it's a perfectly valid option in Battlefield 4. And I like that. It's nice. So that's the assault kit. And now I'll move on to the recon and the support. And that is because, get knifed, you AFK little boy. I will do those two because they effectively reverted and or swapped roles. And when I say that, what I mean is, the Recon kit actually reverted back to Battlefield Bad Company 2, where they now have the spotting scope and C4 as their defaults again. That was how it was in Bad Company 2, and they changed it over in Battlefield 3 so that they were more of a actual reconnaissance class. and that was really portrayed in the use of the MAV manned or unmanned drone, or I should say automated or player-controlled drone, and the tugs and the spawn beacon. But now they've got their, like, high-intensity, multi-purpose play back by throwing back in the spotting scope and giving them back their high demolition power in the C4. I love this sniper, by the way. It is insanely strong, and it's so fun to use. But anyway, that's besides the point. The thing is with that, though, that means that Recon and Support swapped roles, because that means that Support no longer has C4, like it did in Battlefield 3. And to make up for that, they actually gave Support an entirely new default weapon option, and that is the XM25 Airburst. And the XM25 Airburst is... it's basically like it's like a grenade launcher, where it fires rounds which have explosive potential on impact. However, the rounds have less splash, a little lower, like less damage, but they travel in a straight line, hence airburst. Like, if you think about it, it's basically like like a highly compressed explosion of air. So it has straight travel, like a little bit of splash, nice damage, that kind of thing. And it has this very nice, like, thermal scope on it, and it has a 5-round magazine. So you can just, like, toom, toom, toom with this thing, and just blow people up from reasonable distance, and pretty spot-on accuracy. And it's just a lot of fun, because all you really need with the thing is a very solid vantage point, and you can just rain the shells or the shots down on people and just disrupt the shit out of them, because it just deals a ton of raw, like, explosive damage. So picture, like, old-fashioned Battlefield 3 frag round shotguns, except the shots just straight up travel straight. And they deal a tad less, comparable damage, I'd say, actually. So, it's not preferable. I feel like the Support, it made more sense to give it C4, and it gave its role a little bit more relevance when people were playing outside of the squad environment. But the XM25 is a very enjoyable piece of equipment to actually employ. So, it's got its ups and downs. So, that's that. And the other thing that I tended to notice about kits in general is, I mentioned in the last video, they med kits and med packs and assault kits and ammo kits and ammo packs. I noticed that, like, there's a separation between the two, specifically stated in specializations, how one is for one thing, the other is for another thing, and those things would be the ammo packs are single soldier, basically consumables, and when a soldier consumes it, it lends that soldier its effects until the soldier no longer needs them. For example, the med pack, which you just saw me throw down in the video, if you are low on health, or basically below 100 health, you pick the kit up. And until you take more damage, or until you hit 100 health, it just slowly regenerates your life, as you would, as a normal health kit would. However, the health pack regenerates your health as you move, freely, wherever you want. So it's nice for the run and gun idea of running solo, because it gives you what Assault does best, and that is keep you alive in situations where you are just trying to do things yourself and not run with a squad, because you don't always need a squad. And it puts a fine line between the effectiveness of kits and packs. For example, in the ammo section, because ammo packs only give you base ammo, so primary and secondary, whereas the ammo kit replenishes everything. The difference, one replenishes your stuff while you're moving and doing your thing, and the other replenishes it only within the given area. And like, as I'm looking into all of this, mixing the different deals with specializations and whatnot could be fun. Oh, and one final bit. I really like the whole premise behind spotting scope with the Recon, and the rocket launcher lock on. Can we just take a moment to appreciate this, please? I mean, please.